NTA Parliament is a dedicated 24-hour channel that broadcasts the activities of the Nigerian Senate.
Good evening and welcome to our flagship program, Newscope. Today we have lined up for you lots and lots of interesting and very exciting programs that you don't want to miss. For instance, we have you've heard of a woman being killed while trying to separate fights between her two sons. Quite sad. But it's not going to be about sad news. I promise you we're going to bring you a lot of exciting stories. I'm your host for tonight and my name is Umar Basidate. Before we continue, we'll join Kelvin Samuel for the main news. Thank you.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to the news. I am Kevin Samuel. Now to the stories. Christians must shun art inimical to God's precepts and focus on promoting love everywhere they find themselves to make the society a peaceful place. The Anglican Bishop of Uyo, the Right Reverend Prince Asokwo Antai, gave the charge during the Thanksgiving service to mark the end of the 2023 Diocesan Women Valedictory Convention of the Church of Anglican Communion of All Saints Cathedral, Jeep Street. John Paul Alumina will give us details.
It was all praises and thanksgiving to God as the 2023 Diocesan Women Valedictory Convention of Church of Nigeria ends at All Saints Cathedral, Uyo, with award presentations to some deserving personalities. In his sermon, Right Reverend Prince Asokwo Antai, while preaching on the theme, The Power of Love, admonished the faithful to shun all forms of evils and show love to one another, especially the less privileged. He advised those in authorities to use their positions to make life easy for the masses instead of compounding their sufferings.
Nigeria needs love. Akwa Ibom needs love. The church needs love. Within the church we need love. If we love as God loves us, there will be peace, there will be development. Everybody will be happy, not just happy, everybody will go about his own activities without fear of anything.
Work together in love. I want to leave them in love, peace and unity, so that the diocese will continue to a greater height.
I'm grateful to God. I'm thankful. I'm very happy that she's alive to witness this and she's strong.
High points of the event were presentation of awards to some personalities and cutting of convention cake. Some of the awardees expressed gratitude to the women's ministry, especially the retiring bishop's wife, and prayed God to bless her family.
Since God had put in their heart that whoever that had labored should be recognized, I couldn't reject their award. I am very grateful. For the entire women, we are very grateful for this valedictory women convention. So many challenges, happened before this convention, but we are here to return thanks to God.
The service featured prayers of thanksgiving, songs, and decoration of the conference mother and father. In Uyo, John Paul Alumona, NTA News.
Similarly, the National Youth Service Corps, Akwa Ibom State, has rounded up a week-long 50th anniversary celebration with a Thanksgiving, calling on corps members to be resilient, committed, and determined to impact their host communities positively in line with the mandate of the scheme. The report. The service, which brought together corps members, staff, and friends of the National Youth Service Corps, Akwa Ibom State, is to thank God for his benevolence since the establishment of the scheme 50 years ago. According to the people, NYSC has helped in fostering unity, peace, and progress of the nation while improving the zeal for entrepreneurship development among the youth these past years.
50 years of changing lives, of bringing development in Nigeria, of bringing health care and other positive changes in the country. This is the only scheme that has corps members, human beings all over the nooks and crannies of Nigeria.
You look at the lofty achievements of the scheme over the years. There is no other organization, I'm saying this with all sense of humility, that can match the attainment of NYSC in terms of the educational attainment by corps members that teach in all the schools, the medical outreach that we carry out, construction, and even agricultural ventures that the scheme has engaged into. NYSC is the only unifying factor that you can see in Nigeria today.
Organization you can think of, very rich, talk of engineers, talk of technocrats, talk of entrepreneurs, they are all in NYSC. We have grown from strength to strength. You can imagine the Said. Said is limitless, and that is the NYSC for you. Thank God we are 50 and we are still counting, we're still going.
In a sermon with the theme, Living a Fruitful Life, Bishop John Aya charged the people to continue to seek ways of impacting the lives of others positively, saying that such is the will of God for man.
At the end of the day, you ask yourself, what is the meaning of all these struggles in life? I know we must struggle because we must work to feed. We have our families to feed. We have to clothe ourselves. We have to provide a good roof, shade over our heads. We have to try to make ends meet through our struggles. But the kind of struggle which directs you to kill your brother or sister, to live poor on your neighbor, that kind of struggle is fruitless. It is empty. We pray for the grace of God to lead us, to take us through. Next week is Pentecost Sunday.
The service featured choir ministrations, prayers, and special thanksgiving by corps members, and the service featured choir ministrations, prayers, and special thanksgiving service by corps members and staff of the NYSC in Uyo. Christians have been reminded on the need to live in peace with one another and be spiritually minded as they are under the leadership of one shepherd. The reminder was given by Christ's witness Silvanus during a service to mark the third Sunday in the month of May 2023. Womedimo Samson was there and will bring us up to date.
That was the mood of worshippers as they gathered to return glory to God for all his protection and blessings upon his children. In his message, Christ's witness Silvanus Effiong Edet urged Christians to always believe in God's peace as he sends his Son to redeem mankind from all tribulations. Some Christian faithful say God, who sent his Son to die for the redemption of mankind, will always release his peace and protection for his children.
He has come to the world to impact peace, blessings, and happiness to the entire world. He doesn't come here into this world to teach a wrong teaching, but to teach and lead man to the accurate knowledge of truth. Therefore, the open letter to the world today is that he has come to impact peace. Therefore says, my peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth. That's why Brotherhood have the slogan, peace, oh, perfect peace. Because peace is paramount. Anywhere you are, you need peace. In your office, you need peace. At your home, you need peace. In your classroom, you need peace. Wherever you are, you need peace. Peace is paramount. And the Holy Father, Leader Olumbabu today, has opened it to the world that he has brought peace to the entire world.
God has come. And since he has come, he has promised that everyone, all the churches in the world shall be one flock, one shepherd, shall be led by only one shepherd, which is God Almighty.
To some worshippers, the service was a great experience as it offered them opportunity to return glory to God for all his benefits.
The reign of the Holy Spirit is here already, that everything man did, every man's rulership has ended, that man should recognize his creator and come back on bended knees so that there will be peace in the entire world, because there is no peace in the world. When man realizes that his creator is here, there will be peace.
What I learned from the lesson is that we should not depend on anything that's material, that the time has come where God has come to rule, that man's rulership has ended.
The service also featured praises, song ministration, and prayers for the state and nation at large. In Uyo, Uwemedimo Samson, NTA News.
Away from church services, the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Akwa Ibom State, the Nigerian Union of Journalists South has honored Akwa Ibom State Deputy Governor Moses Ekpo with the Lifetime Achievement Award, while Commissioner for Information and Strategy Ni Ememobong was also awarded with the Best Information Commissioner South. Correspondent report that the event brought together leaders of the pen profession from across the country. The report.
It was an evening of encomiums and celebration of years of hard work and positive impact displayed over the years by two outstanding sons of Akwa Ibom State. First, the Deputy Governor Moses Ekpo, a renowned journalist of no mean repute, who rose through the ranks and files, and the young Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Ini Ememobong, under whom the story of government information management has experienced paradigm shift. Hence, this rare award from the Nigerian Union of Journalists South Zone to the Deputy Governor, a Lifetime Achievement Award, while the Commissioner for Information and Strategy bagged Best Information Commissioner South.
Our Deputy Governor was traversed the various lanes of journalism across this country and beyond.
The Deputy Governor of the state has actually passed through the ranks in journalism practice.
Comrade Ini Ememobong is an enigma of sorts.
When you have something good, you don't struggle to project it.
Leadership of the union speak on reasons behind the selection of the duo for the awards.
Akwa Ibom is a unique place. The uniqueness is not just in government, even in our union. I don't think there is any other state council you are going to visit. And in this kind of event, you have past chairmen of the council all seated, and they are part of the event.
This is a model. As much as we have the council as a model, the committee of councils of the NUJ in Nigeria, indeed we also can say Akwa Ibom State is a model state.
We see him as a legend. We see him as a father because he has held every office that is meant to hold regarding information management.
Rise with immense joy and deep gratitude to express our heartfelt appreciation for your exceptional services and profound impact.
According to the recipients, the reward for good work is more work as they vow to continue to do their best in bridging the gap between government and journalists.
We thank all of you for this honor that you've done me this evening. Indeed, it's a valedictory honor. Let me assure you that whether in government or outside government, I will be a journalist.
Because history is nothing more than the activities and events and the men and women who made them happen. And therefore, when a generation refuses to acknowledge events, they lose history.
To spice the event were special renditions.
On the first day I visited, and you Jacob from me said,
The awards were presented to recipients amidst celebrations. In Uyo.
Meanwhile, the management of the University of Uyo has at its disposal a publication circulated on social media platforms by a group of politically disgruntled people who are desperately bent on a mission of violence and destruction. The unfortunate publication entitled UNIO Admin Department to be set ablaze alleges that Akwa Ibom State government is backing a plan to set the university's administration department on fire. A statement by the registrar Mrs. Blossom Okori indicates that management of the University of Uyo views a publication as an incitement by people without conscience and who believe that by publishing such baseless and wide allegations, they can lure anyone into violent disturbances and destruction in the university. Members of the University of Uyo community, especially students and staff of the university, as well as the general public, are hereby advised to disregard the publication, remain calm, and go about their normal businesses. Management wishes to reassure every member of the institution of a conducive and peaceful environment to learn and work. Meanwhile, civil servants have been advised to take care of their health by regularly engaging in body exercise to maintain a healthy life and conducive at work, productive at work. This was the advice of some physiotherapists and stakeholders at the maiden football match between the male and female members of the union in NTA Uyo. John Paul Alumina will tell us more.
The event, which was organized by the leadership of Radio, Television, Theatre and Arts Workers Union, Ratao NTA chapter, was to put members in good shape to overcome work-related stress. The general manager of NTA Uyo, Alice Ube, urged the staff to be conscious about their well-being while delivering on their official assignments.
So if you're not fit physically, you can't be fit mentally. You sit down in the office from morning till evening without standing up to do the physical exercise, you're not mentally fit. So I urge everybody here today, no matter how small, even if to walk around this field just one time, please try to do something to keep yourself physically fit. They all know me around here. I'm always walking around these premises every single day.
I've come to realize that to have an
to have a productive output in the office or anywhere, one has to be mentally alert, one has to be physically fit, one has to be strong enough to be able to deliver on your job.
We are happy that this event kicked off successfully. The major thing about this event was just to keep fit. You know, a healthy staff is a productive staff. That was the idea behind this.
Some friends and physiotherapists commended the organizers for the good work.
Let all the chapters think outside the box and see how to plan events that unite their members, that makes their members feel belonging.
Please do not push yourself beyond your limits, because you are doing it to be fit and not to break down. And you don't do physical fitness continuously until you fall sick. You take it gradually. The mental problem, all those things that was so precious. Now we are coming out to exercise ourselves, even going back home. When you are going back, you know that you will be relieved.
In a novelty football match, the female members of Ratao NTA chapter defeated their male counterparts 1-0 in a fun-filled 30 minutes encounter.
Very interesting one there from the Ratao stable, and I enjoyed every bit of it. The football match, the aerobics, and it might interest you to know that in the football match, the women won the men.
This one cut across the entire staff, both the male and the female. Like if you see us, if you actually watched this match, you find out that it is quite entertaining. You know, everyone is so excited.
The event featured hair talks and entertainment for the members. In Uyo, John Paul Alumona, NTA News.
We will take a short commercial break here. Newscope continues with more Basi shortly after. Don't go away.
Welcome to Prisma International Hotels, located at number 5 Efangosanga Street, Afagafort, off a back road, Uyu. When it comes to hospitality industry, nothing compares with comfort, exquisite services, and top-of-the-world security. These are what make Prisma Hotels a household name. At Prisma Hotels, you are assured of lavishly furnished, spacious rooms and suites with complimentary breakfast, top-class blue sea swimming pool, VIP and poolside bars, as well as restaurant where African and continental dishes are served at pocket-friendly rates. These are not all. There is high-speed internet service, closed-circuit television, spacious car park, 24-hour power and water supply, sparkle laundry and dry cleaning services, and above all, combat-ready security operatives. So whenever you are in Uyo or you are a resident in Uyo, capital city of Akwa Ibom State, make Prisma Hotels number 5 Efangosanga Street, Afagafort, off a back road Uyo your choice, and you will cherish the experience. For bookings and inquiries, please call 081-3166 or 0915-509-9989. Prisma International Hotels, hospitality par excellence.
NTA Channel 12 Uyo, your dependable station, presents
a maiden edition of Virtual Children's Paper Presentation. Junior category 8 to 11 years. The effect of TV cartoons on intellectual development of children. Senior category 12 to 15 years. The impact of the present economy on the education of the child.
Shortlisted candidates will be invited for virtual paper presentation via Zoom on Wednesday, May 24, 2023, and the grand finale on Friday, May 26, 2023. First prize, 100,000 naira. Second prize, 70,000 naira. And third prize, 50,000 naira. Plus many consolation prizes.
For inquiries, please call Ekaite on 0904-643-6412.
We are grateful to the following sponsors. Honorable Barrister Etiti Manuk, the Executive Chairman, Ituluku Government Area, Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Taye Ali Ishola, President, Supreme Council of Non-Indigens, Akwa Ibom State. Real Brass Nigeria Limited, promoters of Real Brass, Africa's largest single brass orchestra. Brand Spec Printing Press and Publishing House, Uyo. Aqua Cardinal Water, Uyo. Indomie Noodles. More sponsors are welcome. And NTA Channel 12 Uyo, your dependable station.
Our children, our heritage. Support them.
Welcome back to Newscope. Glad to know that you're still there, and we have a lots of interesting reports lined up for you. First, we'll go to the report on Hilda Bassi. Some Uyo residents say the world record set by Hilda Bassi reflects the I can do spirit of a typical Nigerian youth. The Akwa Ibom chef set a new record in the World Cooking Marathon when she successfully cooked for 4 days non-stop. Clement Baraki brings us the report.
In the words of Governor Dom Emmanuel's Dagada Creed, nothing is impossible once the passion is right. Chef Hilda Bassi had a passion to be on the world map, and for 4 days she stood cooking different meals simultaneously non-stop, hence entering the Guinness World Record as the marathon cook.
Stand up for the champions, state of
Hard to be laughing on a park bench, thinking to myself, hey, isn't this easy? And you've got
The 27-year-old Nsrubion-born chef breaks the record title awarded to an Indian chef, Lata Tandon, who set a Guinness World Record for cooking with 87 hours, 45 minutes non-stop in 2019.
I celebrate Hilda. I'll always celebrate her because she has done. It's not just beauty. They say beauty without brains. This is beauty and brains and capacity and wisdom with and energy.
I wish to congratulate the Hilda for rising up to the level of appearing on the world map, that the whole world is going to read about Akwa Ibom, to know more about Akwa Ibom, and in doing so she's becoming a great ambassador of Akwa Ibom to the world.
So far she has really motivated me, like the strength is what
soft loans their businesses.
As they say, success has many relations, and so it has been for Hilda, who has received many messages from prominent Nigerians. In Uyo, Clement Barikui, NTA News.
Yeah, I'm still talking about Hilda Bassi, the recent record breaker who has set Akwa Ibom State on the world map right now. We have Nweso Young, who is a youth advocate, and she's here to tell us more about this record-breaking Hilda Bassi and what it means for the youth of Nigeria. Good evening and welcome to the studio, Nweso.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, you're welcome. So we are talking about Hilda Bassi. Yeah. Let's look at Hilda Bassi and her recent feat. How would you describe this?
There are so many words to use, in describing the momentum that Hilda has actually brought to Nigeria. It's amazing. It's wonderful. It's powerful. It's something that just happened out of nowhere. Like a lot of people didn't even see it coming. So it just came up and it hit the airwaves. Online. Everybody was everybody fell in love with it. I want to say that she's such an amazing woman, and she's a powerful woman, and she has actually gone ahead to inspire a lot of young people by her feat. Through this singular achievement, she has really inspired a lot of young people to stay on their path, to follow their passion, to own their dreams, and not just to end there, but to go ahead and showcase it. When I actually carried out a research about Hilda, when the first day I saw that there was something like that ongoing, I had to, who is this girl? I went on to trying to find out who she was, and I discovered that she has actually been working behind the scene for so long. Okay. Do you understand? She has been doing her cooking for a very long time, and in fact, this very record-breaking thing that she has just achieved, she said she's been preparing for it for the past 5 years. Do you understand? Yeah. So that means that all of us just happen to see it, but a lot of preparation was behind the scene. So it's just a wonderful turn of event.
Okay, and then we could see the I Can Do spirit in Hilda for 4 days, morning, night. She was cooking non-stop, and everybody was wowed at her resilience. This is a young girl, a young woman of 27 years, and I mean, she forgot about everything. She was determined to break this record. So talking about resilience, you see that a lot of Nigerian youths just want to make it happen. Everybody wants a shortcut. So what's your take on this?
For me, I believe that nothing good comes easy. I believe that every successful outcome in life is as a result of a process. You know, everything in life has a process. Growth, achievement, making money, it's all a process. And for you to be able to have long-lasting impact or success, you have to follow through these processes. You cannot change the blueprint by just coming out one day and saying, oh, I want to do this, or I've done this. You know, you must be able to stay through on what is required. The resilience, there'll be challenges in between, but you need to keep faith. You need to keep pushing and gunning for your dreams and for your goals. So I mean, it's such a wonderful thing. And I mean, I think the I Can Do spirit it's within all of us, but how many of us are ready to really step out there and be who we're meant to be? You know, so resilience is needed in anything that we want to do in life.
Okay, now let's look at another thing, another factor. Most of the youths in Nigeria have the talent, they have the skills, and then those potentials to excel, but nobody out there is ready to harness these potentials, and they really need help. So what would you say about this?
Yeah, it's very sad, and that was why even when we talked about resilience, I talked about the fact that there are always challenges, and I think I want to look at this as a challenge, and it's very more like it's our reality. You know, to be very honest, that's the reality on ground. Sometimes you see a very talented young person, and all the person needs is just a push. All the person needs is just somebody, one person, two persons who would believe in that dream, who would, you know, you don't necessarily need to give the person your all, but a little support can go a long way. You know, like, let's just go back to Hilda again. I discovered that beyond what we are celebrating today, Hilda is a product of many support systems. You know, she's a product of people who believed in her dreams. You know, I saw that she had to sell the dream, the vision to a lot of people. A lot of organizations had to take a risk. You understand? By saying, we'll support you in this, we want to partner with this, even when they did not know what the outcome would be. You know, so there's always a risk. So there are challenges with regards to how young people can come up to just living their dreams, because some of them are from families with poor income, you know, socioeconomic factors. All of these tend to limit how far they can go with achieving their dreams. A lot of them, you know, they probably just, maybe the little resources that they're even making is not even enough to sustain themselves, let alone pushing or going into even making their dreams broader than it should actually be. So there's a lot that needs to be done. There's a lot, you know, all hands need to be on deck, because at the end of the day, look at the impact that Hilda has brought us now. You know, everybody's proud to be an Akwa Ibomite. Everybody's proud to be a Nigerian. You know, our daughter. You know, I saw it everywhere online. People are my sister. People are, you know, really, really, really proud. Do you understand? So what it means is that the success story of one person is not just for that individual alone. It's always for the community, it's always for the family, it's always for the larger society. So until we begin to look at things differently and begin to see that the next person next to us deserves some form of support, then we may never be able to break some of these barriers that we are being faced with. So and for every young person who knows that, I mean, I have these people who believed in me, I believe that young person will be able to say, oh, let me also give back to the community, because I was a product of so much support, so much love, so much care from a lot of people. So it's always a cycle of, you know, just paying it forward. when we believe in other people's dreams. So a lot of young people in Nigeria are talented and they need to be supported. They need to be encouraged. Their visions, their dreams, they need to be given platforms, even if platforms to showcase these things.
And then that takes us to the issue of mentorship, because when we talk about support, sometimes it's not just about money. Sometimes these young people just need somebody to encourage them, that motivation out there. So how would you assess our mentorship spirit of mentoring young people in Nigeria? Is it actually up to the level, or we still need to do more?
Oh, I just love the fact that you mentioned mentorship. You see, I'm going to talk about the negative side, then I'll go to the positive. Now, a lot of young people have this mindset of because you're my mentor, every time I see you must give me money. That's a wrong mindset. Mm-hmm. Your mentor is not your sponsor per se, all right? A mentor is somebody who exposes you to opportunities, right? And you've actually said it. That's another challenge that we have. We have the absence of good mentoring in this part of the world. You know why? Because there's this thing about people just want to make it and have everybody else look at them as somebody who has made it. Yeah. But the question is, having made it, how many persons have you helped push up there? Because I believe that mentoring and leadership go hand in hand. A leader is somebody who, when he has climbed up the ladder, is able to pass the ladder down and allow other people to climb up, So mentoring is very crucial. It's very, very necessary. I mean, you do not necessarily, as a mentor, need to give the person money every week, every day, every month. There's an opportunity. There's an event today at NTA, all right? I know that you love to speak. Can you go there, talk to this person? Yeah. The person would guide. Do you understand? Those are the kinds of things that mentors do. So it's very important that those people who have gone ahead of us, the older folks who have tested and trusted knowledge and experience about different fields of life's endeavor, should be able to, once in a while, look at the next young person around you and say, come, there is this opportunity here. Go and apply. There is this, try this out. I think you have this passion. This is how I think you can, find your way around it and just thrive. So it's very important that mentoring is taken seriously in our society.
Thank you very much. And in case you're just joining us, it's Newscope, and we'll be speaking with a youth advocate, Ndweso Young. And before we go, Ndweso, on a very final note, I want to talk about handling the fame. Most of these young people, by the time they just get out there, it becomes too big and it becomes too overwhelming for them. So on the last note, how do you handle the fame when you see yourself where Hilda Bassey is right now?
Oh yes, handling fame. I think it's one thing to be famous, but then it's another thing to be of impact. I want to believe that for every young person who's doing fantastic work, who is making waves, who is doing something outstanding, and people are looking out for you, people are appreciating you, they should always remember that the fame is beyond them. The fame is not just about them. Yeah. The fame is not about my name. The fame is about people being inspired by the works that I've done. And so do not rest on your all right? Do not say I've come this far and so I can just take my accolades, or like they say, take my flowers and just do anyhow. After all, I've got here. We should always remember as young people that this fame thing, it's just the heat of the moment, and for us to keep being impactful, we need to keep doing more work. It's like saying, when they say to whom much is given, much is expected. So as much as you become famous, it means that you're a leader. It means that you have a lot of people looking up to you as a role model. It means that a lot of people expect you to do better. That's why you see a lot of controversies even on social media right now. Some of our people, we are going to talk about that some other time. Some of the people who are supposedly famous people doing some very funny things, and people are asking themselves, why should this person be doing this? Why is it coming from you? Your life become your life is now subject to scrutiny by the larger society. So being famous is good, but it's better to handle it properly by just being you, being authentic.
Thank you so very much. And if we continue, we'll just keep talking about a whole lot of things concerning the youth, but I promise you we'll bring you some other time to the studio. Thank you so very much for coming. That was Ndweso Young, a youth advocate in Akwa Ibom State. And we continue now with Newscope to the next report. The Redeemed Christian Church of God, Akwa Ibom Province 5, has put together activities to mark the 2023 Children's Day. With the theme, God's Masterpiece, the annual event brought together children from various parishes and saw them competing for several prizes. Correspondent captured it for NTA News. The 2023 Children's Day celebration seems to be early for the children of Redeemed Christian Church of God, Akwa Ibom Province 5. The event here with children in their numbers is a demonstration of their day, which kick-started with a march past featuring 7 zones of the province. Wife of Provincial Pastor of Akwa Ibom Province 5, Mrs. Christy Johnson Umorin, harps on the importance of the celebration.
Once in a year, we bring them together. We make them, apart from being in the school celebrating, we make them to come together and celebrate in the church also. And from here, we will teach them so many things about God. First of all, the first thing we teach them is that it's good to be first and not the last. Because at the end of this program, we give them gifts to say you've done well.
I want to pray that the Almighty God will stay in your life. You will live and you witness many, many more years. And as you grow older, you'll be getting deeper in the knowledge of God.
I'm just advising that these children, by the grace of God, they should forge ahead in every aspect of their lives, not minding what is happening in Nigeria, because they are coming up. And so I'm just praying that God will give them the grace that they will not, live what we had done in the past.
And all these children, that the Almighty God will keep them and save them till next year, that we will have a program like this together.
The children could not hide their feelings.
I will say it's God. We are very, very happy. We didn't actually think we deserve this kind of trophy, but putting all the efforts together, everything that we had to do, the practice, coming out and the cooperation, it's actually what it is. We give glory to God.
I feel happy.
It's been a long process. We go over through many rehearsals, and to God be the glory, we got happy.
It was indeed celebration time. The celebration featured lots of thrilling performances by the children and saw champions emerging in various categories of the competitions. In Uyo, Umar Basadate, NTA News. Yeah, the children had so much fun and they're already looking forward to that of next year. So our next, every good deed deserves appreciation, and in politics, receiving the mandate of a people to represent them is a rare privilege that calls for regular interface with the constituent. This was what the member-elect for Abak Etemepo Ika Federal Constituency, Clement Jimbo, is doing for his people. Clement Baraki
brings us details.
The gathering here is not for political campaigns. It is a thank you forum where the member-elect for Abak Etimekpo-Ika Federal Constituency, Mr. Clement Jimbo, is returning to his people to appreciate them for giving him their mandate during the 2023 elections. Being the first of such event in the federal constituency, the people rolled out the drums to honor the federal lawmaker-elect. The two-in-one event also featured various choir ministrations. Speakers after speakers took out time to x-ray the personality of Mr. Clement Jimbo.
Clement Jimbo has been tested, proven with capacity, with intellect, knowing that he has what it takes to bring governance to the barest minimum.
He was not counted among the persons that contested for election, but God singled him out and gave it to him. So I know the same God that has done this has the capacity to guide him, direct him, and show him the right path to go.
For the first time, another party, APC, an opposition party in Akwa Ibom, we've been able to produce 2 federal house members and a distinguished senator for the Akwa Ibom Northwest.
His father, Mr. Jimbo, was short of words and only expressed his appreciation through songs. The federal lawmaker-elect, flanked by his wife, says his election into the House of Representatives marks the beginning of a new dawn for the people of Abak Etimekpo-Ika Federal Constituency.
I saw that during the election, I didn't have money, so much to consult wide. I didn't have it, but the people stood by me and voted me overwhelmingly over 22,000 of you. That is why I stand today to make a solemn vow that throughout my 4 years in the House of Representatives, I will dedicate every single day to make your life better. Anyway, I know I can leverage on the position of my office to bring things back to our constituency. I will do exactly that.
High point of the event were the presentations of special sword to the member-elect by the campaign DG, while the women showered him with their farm produce. From Abak local government area, Clement Barikui, NTA News.
Yeah, it's such a great honor to be celebrated by your own people. And moving on now to the next report, beyond academic assessment, students of Theatre Arts Department, University of Uyo, within the week demonstrated that indeed Africa is blessed with rich cultural heritage. This was what the UNIO season of production 2023 entails. Clement Barikui again brings us details.
They call it the portraiture of African arts, and indeed, African countries and their cultural heritage were literally brought to the University of Uyo. All the costumes used for the performances were produced by the students. Guests, including representatives of the Vice Chancellor and the General Manager of NTUYO, say the dance steps of the students, their costumes and makeup, as well as the different music, all speak volumes of the richness of Africa.
I want to be very diligent in your studies. Be responsive. What you have seen today can take you to anywhere in the world. And I want to encourage you to move ahead in life.
You know, the performance is absolutely amazing. Culture, art, and television go hand in hand. And what I've seen today is something very wonderful.
Costumes tells a lot of story. You see, we traveled with the dances, and what made the dances spectacular was the costumes, telling us about the people, their history, what they loved most, and all of that.
And I can tell you that what I see here is a replica of what I've seen anywhere on the international scene, on the global scene. And I'm so proud of first my colleagues in the department, the HOD, my other colleagues, for an excellent job.
Culture is something that makes us proud. Culture is our identity. Anybody without a cultural background has no roots, has no founding.
We try to bring all the practical components of our examinations into a season, a period of time. So like in this time, we're going to stay here for 1 week.
It's a way of grooming the young ones to be creative, to think out of the box.
With a total of 7 performances, the Unoyo season of productions 2023 is part of a continuous assessment for the students of the Theatre Arts Department. In Uyo, Clement Barikui, NTA News.
And the dream of every parent is to raise children who will be positive ambassadors of their family's values and bring honor to their household. But for octogenarian widow Zainab Ibrahim, her sons leave a sour memory for the society to remember her by, even as their actions led her to early grave. The elderly woman was hacked to death while separating a bloody fight between her 2 sons, Inusa and Usman. The incident took place at the Kaduma 2 area of Gozape, a developing area of Asokoro district in the Federal Capital Territory. Correspondent Onotu Yakubu was at the scene of the incident.
The 2 brothers lived in these Ruga premises with their late mother in the evolving construction area in the heart of Gozape's Paduma 2 site. Leadership of the Headers community informed NTA News crew that the altercation ensued between the 2 brothers on the ill-fated day after the older of the 2, Usman, had brought a thatch grass to repair their mother's hut. The younger Unisa was alleged to have requested to use the remainder of the thatch, while Usman insisted that he had plans for them. This argument led to a physical fight. According to information available from sources who cannot speak to camera, now this thatch roof grass on the top of this roof is the genesis of the fight between the 2 brothers, and the result of it is the ill-fated death of their mother, which is evident in the blood stain on this stool and as well as the ground here.
The
2 brothers started the mischief, which led to the fight. Their mothers waded in to stop them as the younger one of the 2 pulled out machete to cut his brother. She raised her hand to prevent it. He cut her hand and it led to her death in the hospital.
The older brother and second victim escaped the crime scene with machete injuries and his location unknown since the incident. However, the alleged homicidal suspect is in police custody at the Asokoro Divisional Police Station.
Dama da an yi mashi fada mama ya ce ya bari to inda baya so ciyawan din a sha ci a ɗaki na
When we had the argument, Mama told him to let go, but he refused. He kept hitting me on the ground as he is stronger. He raised the knife to cut me first and I blocked it with a plank. It fell off and I took it to revenge as Mama raised her hand to block it, so the knife cut her.
It was just a silly argument between the two brothers, and until we get the one at large, we will now conclude the investigation, because that's the one at large is yet to be arrested, and we are yet to have his own side of the story.
The police said the suspect will be charged to court as soon as the investigation is concluded. In Abuja, Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
Very sad indeed. That's where we draw the curtain for Newscope tonight. Thanks for watching. Stay on now for the rest of our programs. Good evening.